Here in New Jersey, there's a little town called Hamilton, about 30 miles from the shore. They grow the most amazing blueberries. In fact, they've been called the blueberry capital of the world. Well, when they're in season, I buy tons of them. I make my delicious blueberry pie, which stick around for that in a few weeks. You don't want to miss that. And I even freeze them and put them in my cold cereal in the morning. Well, today I'm making blueberry muffins. These are my son's favorite. Hey guys, so first to get started, we need to cream our butter and sugar together. So I always leave my butter out at room temperature, always, like my whole entire life. So that's the best way to do it, because when you are creaming your butter and sugar together, you need it to be room temperature. Okay, so while we're creaming the butter and sugar, so you want to do that for a few minutes. I have all-purpose flour in my sifter, so you just want to sift it so that way we have no lumps. And I can even add my baking soda right in there too. We want to sift that as well. And then we'll add a pinch of salt. Little pinch of salt. Then just give it a stir. That way you make sure that leavener and the salt is evenly combined. All right, so now you want to add the eggs one at a time, just until they combined. All right, so 3 eggs. Then always stop periodically, brush down the sides, make sure all that batter is evenly incorporated. Perfect, so it looks beautifully smooth, nice and fluffy. That's where you want it. And now just put the speed on low and then slowly drizzle in room temperature whole milk. So we have some vanilla extract, good pure vanilla extract. So here's my trick to adding the dry ingredients. So take a piece of wax paper, all right, and then here's what you want to do. Add it in sort of like a line. You don't want it in one big pile. You want to just sort of lengthen it. Then pick up the wax paper, adjust your speed to low, and then slowly drizzle it in. Little at a time. Perfect. Look at that. Boom. Done. I'm going to scrape down the bowl and then add our blueberries. So here's a little trick. In my bowl, I have just a little touch of all-purpose flour. Here's my blueberries. You just want to toss those blueberries and lightly coat them in the flour. And that way, when you add them into the batter, they don't all sink to the bottom of each muffin. Okay, we're good to go. Now it's time to fill our muffins. All right, so I have some sparkling sugar. You can get this at any craft store, even most grocery stores, or even a turbinado. So you want a coarse sugar, and I'm going to sprinkle it right over the top. When it melts, it creates this awesome texture. Alrighty, into the oven, 25 minutes. All right, now to make our maple butter while our muffins are in the oven. So typically every Sunday I will make these, but with Mother's Day coming up, do you think my son will make them for me? I hope. All right, so room temperature butter, a little bit of maple syrup, a pinch of salt, since this is unsalted butter, and then really all you're doing is whisking it together. So pretty much this mimics blueberry pancakes. So when they come out of the oven, I'll let them sit. I'll serve them warm, cut them in half, and then slather this maple butter on top. Breakfast. Look at our beautiful muffins. All right, so the good old-fashioned tester. A toothpick. Just insert it. If it comes out clean or slightly a little crummy, it's perfect. These are done. So I want to let them set and sit in the cupcake pan for just a little bit before we transfer them onto a cooling rack. So if you're going to a friend's house, this is a great little treat to bring along in a basket. So cute. Or for Mother's Day, I think Mom would love these for breakfast. Or just make them because they're delicious. These are still incredibly piping hot. So ideally, you want them to sit, rest, serve them warm, sure. These are really piping hot, but I can't wait. So I gotta give them a taste. We have our maple butter that we made earlier. On goes my butter. They're so moist, they're so delicious, and they are awesome with that maple butter. For this recipe, head over to the newspaper's website. I'm Shereen with Cook This. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.